Hello everyone, welcome to Vegas, the land of the all-you-can-eat experience, and the city that practically invented the AYCE, or all-you-can-eat buffet. Though times have changed and the casinos are no longer giving away food for free to lure in would-be gamblers, there's still a bargain or two to be found. Of course though, it's not a bargain if it ain't any good. While most of the AYCE buffets are a thing of the past, fortunately for we sushi lovers, one can't turn a corner in Las Vegas without running into an all-you-can-eat sushi joint. But today, we stumbled upon something quite a bit different. A place that marches to the beat of a different drummer. It was once featured on diners, drive-ins, and dives. Well, you know what I usually have to say about Triple D's picks. Many have gone the way of the dinosaur. But they hit the nail on the head when they featured this restaurant as a rare find. Today, we're taking you to an all-you-can-eat buffet that's off the strip, beloved by locals, and without a doubt, a hidden gem that's been providing excellent food for years now. It's called Chickpeas Mediterranean Restaurant, and every day, all day, they offer a diverse, tasty, and inexpensive all-you-can-eat buffet. They have 3 different chefs, each responsible for preparing his own type of regional cuisine. One representing Indian food, the other Greek, and the third, Middle Eastern. We got here early, and the place was already packed. I see they're also getting a few huge catering jobs ready to go as well. It's only $20 per person. Yes, you heard me right, just $20. You don't find prices like this very much anymore, especially for food of this caliber. This may very well be the best buffet bargain in town. Okay, stay tuned to the end because the owner has a special offer for our viewers and you won't want to miss it. All right, let's get to it. Though far from beautiful, I feel the tea here is truly spectacular. It's infused with fresh mint and rose water. It's a delightful and well-balanced combination that also complements the buffet choices perfectly. The lemonade, also delicious, fresh squeezed, and homemade, as is everything here. You have to love that. I started off with the fantastic creamy mushroom barley soup. And look at this beautiful yellow color. I believe it's been seasoned with saffron, which is the reason for the yellow cast. It's very rich and a satisfying bowl of comfort. It has a strong chicken flavor with chunks of fresh white meat. It's full of barley and fresh carrots and other vegetables. This is the kind of soup that's been slowly cooked by a chef that knows what they're doing. Being Italian, I grew up eating a lot of lentil soup, so I'm pretty spoiled. This is the Middle Eastern version of my Italian Nona's lentil soup. I'm pretty sure it's a vegetarian version, no animal protein of any kind. Very clean, pure taste, rich and delightfully savory. You won't need to add salt to anything here, it's all been perfectly seasoned. This soup is another home run. This is a great way to ease into all the rich fatty foods we're going to eat later in today's meal. This fresh chopped salad of cucumber, tomato, and onions, very refreshing. The dressing is tart, but not overpoweringly so. Okay, onto the beet salad. The beets are canned sliced beets, and the salad is, again, consisting of cucumber, tomato, and onions. As for the dressing, I'm sure it's the same as we just had. Has oil, vinegar, with no herbs or garlic. It tastes much like the first salad. Is that a bad thing? No, but I was hoping for more. On to the tomato salad. Well, more of the same. I do like the freshness of everything on the plate, but everything is pretty tame and a bit repetitive. The feta cheese has a nice tart and salty flavor, and I do love capers. These are all salads indicative of Middle Eastern fare. And while satisfactory, they're by no means standout dishes or something to write home about. Overall, I'd have to say they're a bit redundant, but I guess most people don't get all 3 at once as we're doing here. But still, it would be nice if they mixed it up a little more. Okay, on to the next plate. Tzatziki, plain hummus, baba ganoush, tabooli, and dolma. This plate is a lot of fun to eat. Use the fresh hot pitas and let your imagination run free. This baba ganoush is wonderful. I love baba ganoush. It's made from roasted eggplant that's mashed up into a paste. It's very well seasoned. The hummus is also very delicious. It's a wonderful mixture of garlic, chickpeas, olive oil, and salt. It's been macerated into a rich, creamy paste. While that was all really good, I think this tzatziki is my favorite thing on the plate. I love the tartness of the yogurt, and the dill adds even more tartness and a powerful wow factor. This is something I could get used to eating all the time. The tabooli, also very delicious. A light, refreshing salad made from parsley, tomatoes, garlic, mint, lemon juice, and cracked bulgur wheat. All these dishes from the Middle East are very well made and authentic. I'm really enjoying the food here so far. Finally, I love dolma. It's one of my favorite ancient dishes. The history traces back to the Ottoman Empire, and they've been loved by many cultures for many centuries. Throughout time, almost everywhere in the world, there's been a similar dish made from either cabbage leaves, fig leaves, or in this case, grape leaves. They can be stuffed with many things. These are filled with rice. I could eat 100 of them, they're so good. As I said, this is a fun plate of food to eat, and if you like Middle Eastern food, you're going to fall in love with chickpeas. Shawarma is a popular Middle Eastern dish made by stacking, then slow roasting thin slices of marinated meat, typically lamb, chicken, or beef, on a vertical rotisserie. As the outer layer of meat cooks, it's shaved off and served several ways. It's loved worldwide for its bold, aromatic flavors, often achieved by marinating the meat in spices such as cumin, coriander, paprika, and turmeric. It's a street food favorite in many countries and a must-try for food enthusiasts. For me, I'm delighted to find a place that just makes wonderful shawarma. There's a restaurant in LA called Zanku Chicken, to which many of us Angelinos are addicted. I've been missing it greatly since I moved to Vegas, but this is a first-rate replacement. It has that wonderfully garlic sauce on top, just as they have at Zanku. This is just fantastic shawarma, so full of flavor. I'm thoroughly enjoying this, and now, one fewer reason ever to return to Los Angeles. These lamb kebabs are excellent too. I love them. They're so delicious. Remind me of a lamb sausage hopped up on steroids. Garlic and pepper abound, with a hint of cumin, turmeric, oregano, and dill. Stunning. The chicken kebab, really wonderful as well. I'm eating them by themselves, since there's so much to eat here and I don't want to fill up. But if I weren't going to taste everything, I'd be happy to just enjoy them in pita bread sandwich and call it a day. Look at the beautiful golden color of this rice, brought about by one of my favorites, saffron. Saffron is derived from crocus flowers. Delicate threads are gathered and dried. I'm loving this rice. It's basmati, which is my favorite type to use when I cook, and you find it in a lot of Indian food. Along with the sumptuous saffron, this dish is filled with umami from a beautiful, rich stock. The little peas and carrots are great too. I would really love to eat much more of this rice, but no time to fill up with so many more items to try. I've always loved fire-roasted tomatoes. Aroma tomatoes, first skewered, then into the fire they go, till they're almost burnt on the outside, sweet and juicy on the inside. The combination of the acid goes so well with all the richness of the meats on the plate. These are positively gorgeous. I'm starting to see why this place is so popular. They have some very unique, and more importantly, amazingly delicious food. This is one of the best rotisserie chickens I've tasted in a very long time. It reminds me of the recipe my grandmother used to make. Like clockwork, she prepared it every Sunday when we go to visit her. It was always accompanied by roasted potatoes. I don't know how they infuse so much flavor into this. It's just incredible, and very juicy and tender. So good, just had to go back for more. Not as pretty as the first time, but I couldn't care less when it's this delicious. One taste, close my eyes, and my mind is flooded with memories of forgotten times shared with my family. It's like a time machine. If for nothing else, I'd come here just for this and this alone. It's a must-try. I grew up eating a lot of lamb shank. According to my parents, lamb shank became very popular during the Great Depression and have since maintained a place of distinction in American fare. Here, it's the star of the show. I've heard quite a lot about how great this lamb shank is, and it has a huge reputation to live up to. It's a great lamb shank, and it every bit lives up to the advanced billing. It unquestionably meets and surpasses my expectations. It's tender and juicy, bursting with umami flavor, cooked low and slow in onions, garlic, tomatoes, and peppercorns. Of course, it goes so well with this fantastic saffron rice. Take a bite of your lamb and scoop it up with the rice. It's a marriage made in heaven. They limit you to one per person, but trust me, with all the wonderful food they have here, it's just the perfect amount. Look how tender it is. It just falls off the bone. It's so good, I considered eating the bone as well. It reminds me a lot of the ones I ate as a child. Though it's Middle Eastern, it tastes very much like the Italian version I grew up with. I have a brother-in-law who, when trying to persuade someone, holds them by the shoulders, gets right in their face, and while shaking them violently, practically yells, "You must try this!" Well, if I could, I would do that to each and every viewer of this video. You must try this. Right up there with the lamb shank is this saffron butter tandoori shrimp. It's deep, rich, warm, and comforting. Look at this beautiful yellow color, dusted subtly with black pepper. This dish gets its unique flavor and fabulous texture from the shrimp being soaked in a mixture of yogurt and saffron one whole day prior to roasting. Much like other tandoori here, they're made in a large clay tandoori oven. The shrimp are huge. I'm totally blown away with these shrimp. They're constantly putting them out, so they're extremely fresh. They're plump, moist, and juicy, sautéed in lots of butter and saffron. I love the taste the saffron imparts. It's an aromatic sort of woodsy, earthy flavor. If you've not tasted saffron before, it's pretty hard to describe. If you have tasted saffron and love it as much as we do, then this will probably be your favorite dish here. It pairs so well with the saffron rice, it's the perfect accompaniment. The only thing that could have made this dish better was one of those fantastic fire-roasted tomatoes. Anyway, you have to come here to try this. They allowed us to see how they prepare their veggies. They use these large cages to keep the veggies contained and placed inside the oven. Many of the dishes here are fire roasted in one of the several unique ovens. These veggies are absolutely beautiful in looks and, more importantly, in taste. The fire and butter impart a magnificent flavor. If you love vegetables, this is the place for you. I talked to this sweet woman that sat next to us with her daughter. She told me that she and her daughter had been coming here long before it was a buffet, and that the falafel is one of their favorite dishes. Well, I can see why, as the falafel here is terrific. It's so nice and crispy on the outside, with a tender and soft interior. Falafel is made from chickpeas, and it's easy to see why this restaurant is named Chickpeas, as this chickpea dish is supreme. This is something I totally recommend. Apparently, this was their top seller before they started buffet service, and remains so today. Buttery, spicy, and a little saffron-y, these vegetable fritters could almost turn this meat-loving carnivore into a vegetarian. Well, I did say almost. Nothing could ever make me give up my meat. But this has such a wonderfully light and delicate texture, and the taste is addicting. They have a little potato in them, and I'm not positive what else, to be honest. Maybe chickpeas? Well, whatever they have in them, we're loving them, and you will too. These are just fantastic. I'm sad to say, I'm not a fan of these samosas. All I can taste is a very strong, overwhelming presence of spinach, and little else. One bite was enough for me. I'm going to pass on the rest of these. Honestly, I had one piece of this tandoori chicken that was really dry, and a second piece which was absolutely fantastic. I've been here before, as we always check out a place a few times before we review it. First time I came here, this was my favorite dish. Well, today I told the owner about my first piece, and they put out a fresh batch, and he thanked me for letting him know. You merely have to look at this chicken to see what it tastes like. If you're a fan of tandoori chicken, you'll love this. And at a total buffet price of just $20 per person, with all the delicious tandoori chicken you can eat, it's a bargain. As I mentioned, they have a clay tandoori oven here, and this chicken is lovingly prepared. It's soaked overnight in a mixture of yogurt and spices. The yogurt makes the chicken uber tender and imparts a magnificent flavor. The fiery oven makes this chicken a delightfully rich and moist dish. I highly recommend this. I'm a huge fan of butter chicken. It's been extremely popular in England since the 60s, and I can see why. Indian people brought it over when they migrated, and the English just can't get enough of it. Butter chicken is also a popular Indian dish and originated in Delhi. It's a curry made from chicken cooked with spiced tomato and butter sauce, and it was developed in the 1950s. This chicken is so tender. I love that it's made from the breast meat. I also love this basmati rice. It's infused with dill, and it's wonderful. It goes so well with this butter chicken. These are not your Italian known as meatballs. They're Greek style, also with dill, and in a warm tomato sauce. They have a very unexpected flavor and are very different than anything I've ever tasted. These meatballs would be great in a pita bread sandwich, but are terrific just as they are on their own too. These are the veggies they were preparing earlier in the cages. They're very buttery and thoroughly delicious. Finally, it's time for desserts. As you might expect, you'll find baklava at Chickpeas. You can see how many layers there are of this delicate phyllo dough that encases the crushed walnuts. The baklava is very good. It's extremely sweet, and the layers of the phyllo dough are light, flaky, and crispy. It's made with real honey, and it's a great ending for a Mediterranean buffet. Though hardly light and refreshing, it's very enjoyable. These cream puffs are a work of art. I'm loving how light and airy the choux pastry is, and how rich and decadent the fresh creme glaze is on the interior. These are indeed a treat. The perfect dessert as far as I'm concerned, a 10 out of 10. I was very curious to see if a place that charges but $20 for all-you-can-eat buffet could turn out a product of such high quality. Well, Chickpeas pulls it off, and greatly surpassed my expectations and delighted my palate. They serve a virtual cornucopia of unique taste treats that you simply won't find anywhere else in Vegas. Well, this is part of the review where we announce our dish of the day, and, has been the case recently, it's a difficult decision. While there were many wonderful dishes at Chickpeas, such as the magnificent shawarma, the very popular falafel, the succulent rotisserie chicken, and the wonderful soups, just to name a few, the dish of the day is a battle between the fall-off-the-bone, drop-dead amazing lamb shank and the perfectly seasoned and heavenly saffron tandoori shrimp. Such a tough choice. I've been dreaming about both of these dishes since I left Chickpeas, and really you can't go wrong with either. Well, the winner of dish of the day is the saffron tandoori shrimp. In the end, all other things being equal, I chose this dish because there's no limit to how much you can have, whereas the lamb shank is one per customer. Otherwise, it would have been a tie. Well, I'm so happy we found this rare find. It's a hidden gem of a buffet in a land where they're growing far and few between. I'm sad to say, but buffets are almost becoming a thing of the past here in Vegas. The only part of buffets growing these days is the price. So this was a welcome treat. Make sure to come to Chickpeas I think you'll be happy you did. And make sure to come early, as they get very crowded by regulars returning again and again. Finally, here's the offer the owner is graciously giving our viewers. Tell them Let's Eat Vegas sent you and get 10% off. The offer is good through to the end of January 2025. Well, we'll be back to Chickpeas soon. Who knows? Maybe you'll see us there. And don't forget to tell them Let's Eat Vegas sent you. I know we're all guilty of watching YouTube videos and not participating. Please like, comment, subscribe, or even become a VIP member. It means a lot to us, and it helps us grow and to bring you more reviews. Until we eat again, bon appetit.